Hey guys, wanted to do this quick video. I went ahead and changed. I went ahead and fixed myself up a little bit because I was looking a little. Anyway, I put on a little bit of like a gloss because I felt like my face was looking super washed out, and I put a little bit of bronzer. I'm gonna have to come back because my husband is calling me. So give me a second. Sandwich, please. Or whatever you're making me, make him. But he wanted a sandwich. Well, try to make him something. There's ham, there's cheese, make him a sandwich. I would do it, guys, but I'm sick and I don't want to get him sick. So she's doing something. I'm barely gonna have breakfast. That would be lunch for him. He's on his way home. Anyway, I wanted to do another video because I felt inspired to do so earlier today. I've had a few things going on that kind of sidetracked me. I came back to tell you about the story about the Wednesday evening at church. After we played basketball and everything, I ended up going to sit at the bishoprics area, like where you wait. And I sat there on the couch and I was talking to a few sisters that were there. And I was just listening to their conversation, and we were kind of, I was joking around. I was talking to them, and I was just kind of like telling them, do I look how I feel? Because my heart was beating real fast, and I could see that my face was, I could feel that my face was like red, and it was really hot. And so I was like trying to control my way of feeling, I guess. And I ended up sitting down on the couch, and we were talking and stuff, and they were joking around with me and everything. I was listening to how they were talking. They knew each other from a while back and stuff. And one of them was telling the other one how if she needed any help to let her know that she would come and help her and stuff. And I ended up staying talking to one of these members, right? A sister from church that I really didn't know very well, but I had met once or twice prior. I had met her at an activity that we were having at church on Pioneer Day. She came around saying hi to everybody at the tables and stuff, and I just felt a connection with her. And I was like, she's my kind of gal, right? Like, she just was so bubbly and joking around, and she just had this really cool energy that I felt connected to. And she said, when we continued to talk, she said that she felt the same thing come from me. But I had never met her before. That was the first time that I had met her. She seemed super kind, super sweet, went around saying hi to everybody. And then the second time I had seen her was during class. I was asked to substitute for another sister who was going to be out of town. And she asked me to teach, and I had to teach a lesson on cherishing life. And I was very nervous, but I was prepared. To some extent, I was very nervous because I felt that the subject was a little bit touchy. It was about cherishing life, but it talked about abortion and stuff. And so I ended up bringing several things to display. I brought lots of pictures of the Savior. I even did a video about it. I ended up posting it so you guys could check it out. Go and check it out. Or I'll link it down below if I can find it. I taught that lesson, and she was in that class, and she shared her thoughts and stuff. And I was very moved by how she was telling some of her thoughts. And at some point during the lesson, she had left the class, and I felt I wasn't sure if it was due to what I was teaching or what, but I just felt a little unsettled about how she had left the class. And I just kept wondering if it was something I had said or something in the way I taught or something. Anyway, it was the same sister that I was having a conversation with, and we were talking back and forth. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you should teach in primary. They're needing people right now and stuff. And she was talking and I was talking, and we just kind of hit it off, and we just felt this connection. And then she just kept saying how much she felt this overwhelming love coming from me. And I felt really happy to hear that she felt that way, because I try to be very welcoming, and I try to show love, and I try not to judge where people are at, and I try to be kind whenever possible. I try to think of a lot of the people that have left church and stuff, and how I could have handled things better if I would have maybe opened up a little bit more and stuff. Because I was one that would always sit in the corner in Relief Society and just would sit I was very set in sitting on my little corner. And as I started getting different callings, like activities, I was forced to kind of open up, because I had to ask for help, or I had to, reach the goal of, getting people to gather and stuff. And I just loved that calling, because I was so happy to bring people together and see them smile and see them laugh and just bring a good time to people. And it was very healing for me. And so seeing that helped me open up more. And now with this new calling that I have in communications also has helped me to develop a more openness, and just it's brought me back to where I used to be before I had lost my dad. It has led me to be a little bit more confident and to be more aware of the potential I have to reach other people's hearts. And I just love to talk to people more now. Sorry, my daughter is blending something over there. Anyway, so we just kind of connected, and we were just talking for a long time, and she just kept telling her kids to wait, and the kids wanted to leave, and my kids were tired too, but we were just so connected with one another, and we were just, sharing how crazy it is, how we felt this connection. And I was able to tell her that I'm like, I thought that I had offended you in some way when I had to teach that class. She's like, oh my gosh, no, it was not you or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And so she's like, I'm glad we had this talk, because I didn't want you thinking that. And I was like, okay, because it was my first time. And anyway, it was just like a really great connection that I had with her. And I feel so happy to know that. Yes, princess. I can't. Can you text him? Because I'm doing a live video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So anyway, I just keep getting so many interruptions, guys. I lose my train of thought. But anyway, we felt this connection, and she just felt so happy, because she's like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I stayed. That we were able to like bond, and we hugged so many times. I'm just not used to like having people compliment certain things about how they feel when I embrace them, or how I I don't know. It's just kind of different for me. It's kind of different for me to hear all these compliments from people that they say that they feel welcomed, and they feel loved, and they feel like, that they're a part of something. And I myself feel that way. I feel just so grateful to people who just embrace me, and who have brought me into the ward, and just have loved me even wherever I was at. Because when I started coming back to church after my dad got sick and stuff, and he passed away, it was hard for me. But I just felt so much love from the ward. I felt so much brotherhood and sisterhood. And I just felt that I belonged. And it hasn't come easy. It's been a process. It's been, people can tell you I've had my ups and downs, and I've had to leave certain things. I left a calling that I loved very much. I have learned to accept some, and I've learned to let go of some, and I've learned to understand when I need to be at a certain place. I stepped down from one of the callings I had received, and I felt that at that time I needed more sisterhood. And we need to learn to be in tune with that, to know where we need to be also. It was a little bit embarrassing for me to feel the release, but at the same time, I felt I needed sisterhood at that time. I needed to heal. But when I got the activities calling, I felt like I could do it. I'm a creator. I like to create things. I like to bring people together. I like to have food and just enjoy ourselves. I love games. I love the youth. I love creating smiles. That was just something, wow, Rem, in my life.
What?
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 I'm nothing. I'm in my life. I'm doing my life.
Are you going to get
Yeah, Dad's coming home already. Anyway, sorry guys. The kids just walked in. Dude, I'm doing a live. Talk about missing the spirit here. Jeez. Anyway. Yeah. And then getting into the communications, I was quite sad to let go of my activities, but I knew it was going to be in good hands. And then doing communications now, it's like I'm communicating everywhere. Everywhere I go, I'm learning to communicate. And I'm not one to be very open. I'm one that is careful to open. I am one that watches from a distance, and if I feel like I'm safe, then I will choose to open up. But this calling is definitely teaching me that I need to be more open. And granted, I've been online on social media for a long time, but those of you who know me personally know that I'm very quiet. I'm pretty shy, but when I feel comfortable, I'm super open, and I'm crazy, and I can be really silly, and I like to have a good time. But I need to feel safe in order to do that. And so I'm glad that the people that I encounter and the people that have opened up to me feel the same way, that they feel that they can come to me, or they feel welcomed, or they feel loved, or they just feel like close because of certain things. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to hear that they see a light in me. I've already heard that quite a few times, and it's not to brag, guys. Totally, I'm not bragging. I'm just simply trying to understand it myself. I'm trying to come to terms with it, because sometimes I'm kind of like, well, you chose this calling, right? So you would know, right? But it's a little, my dad's word, it's a little mind-boggling to think of other people feeling that you bring this special light. I've heard that from a few people, and I'm so grateful that they feel that way towards me, because I truly come with a lot of love, and I want people to feel that I come with a lot of compassion, because I've learned to have it because of what I've gone through. And I don't come with very much judgment, because I've been there. And so I just allow people to stay where they're at, like not stay where they're at, because that sounds kind of like bad, right? I let them be where they feel comfortable, because I know that the Lord is going to work with them. Thank you, babe. Mm-hmm. One? I only get one?
Since you want everybody, what?
Hey, she made me one. Sorry, it's because I'm really hungry. I haven't had breakfast.
Okay, I guess it's good.
But I already touched it.
No.
But Dad wants a sandwich. He wants a sandwich. But Dad wants a sandwich.
So just test Dad get some.
There's ham and there's cheese. Make Daddy a sandwich. You make it for him. And I need a fork. Well, anyway. Sorry, guys. Mira, my daughter made me some French toast with some strawberries. And I think she made me a smoothie, so I shouldn't be complaining, but yeah, she made me a smoothie. Well, I was complaining because I hadn't seen the smoothie, but anyway, I can't drink it right now. And I can't eat right now because I need a fork. So anyway, it looks really good, by the way. Anyway, yeah, that was my Wednesday. I was able to connect with that sister, and it just so happens that it usually happens on Wednesdays. I've connected with a few people on Wednesdays while I'm sitting there waiting for my husband to be done with the bishop, because he's the ward clerk. And so I have time to connect with people and just, learn a little bit more about them. That's usually when we're able to talk more, because we don't have enough time on Sundays, unless we're doing a linger longer or something. But yeah, that I'm just happy that sister felt that way, and I hope she continues to come. And she did say she was a little bit inactive, and I'm like, well, I mean, it is what it is. I've been there, so no judgment here. And so anyway, we hit it off pretty good, and I hope she comes back, and I hope she feels loved, and I hope that she feels welcomed. And yeah, so I wanted to share that. So I don't know what the next video is going to be, but just know that we need to learn to be kind and not judge others for where they're at, and not assume that certain things certain things happen because of something you said. People are just trying their best and trying to show up, and we just need to love them and just, embrace them and help them with whatever we can. And that's something that I did see from that sister, that she was just willing to help the other sister and said, whatever you need, let me know. And so we just need to do that. And I'm just so grateful for the examples that the sisters are to me, because they just share their light all the time with me. They embrace me with lots of love. They teach me and they show me. And I'm just so grateful for them, and for their love for Christ, and for their love for the gospel, and for our Heavenly Father. And yeah, I just want to say that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this little story time. I'm still learning, and I'm learning to take all that love in. Sometimes it's very overwhelming, because when you're so quiet in a corner and to yourself, you can't always feel all that love, right? But I'm so blessed to have a calling where I'm kind of forced to be more open and direct and more willing to listen, and I can take any concerns or any type of feedback to where it needs to be. I've already been able to see how the Lord connects people. So when somebody shows up and expresses a concern, I can take it further to a stake leader, and then things get fixed. And so I've been able to be a part of that connection for the Lord. And I'm just so grateful that I've been able to see that for myself. And I feel blessed to know that these little small things make a difference in other people's lives. And so anyway, I wanted to share that. Hopefully it inspired you to try to be more open with others and just love people and be a light. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I don't know if I'm going to come back with something else, but I'm definitely going to eat right now because I'm hungry. and I haven't had breakfast, and so I'm gonna eat something, and I will talk to you guys soon. I will try to think of the other ones that I wanted to talk about, and I'll try to come back. But I don't want to force you guys to see me eat this. But anyway, it is pretty good. Looks pretty good. Smells good. Anyway, bye guys.